How you doing, guys? Welcome to another episode. We have this 2013 Audi A4. I'm gonna replace the brake pads and rotors on the front, so let's get to it. First step, remove the cover for the lug nut, pick and hook. Move the lug nuts, jack up the car. Now that I removed the tire, what I want to do first, get this retainer out. You just gotta press it that way to release it. See if I can get it with these pliers. I press it with screwdriver, I pull it out. Before I remove any bolt, I like to remove these ones first. Now we can get to the bolts on the back. The two bolts on the back are 13 millimeter. You can rest the caliper into the control arm. Now I can get access to the two bolts holding the caliper bracket. For the two caliper bolts, right here, 21 millimeter. I'm gonna use a breaker bar because those are really tight. Brackets out. Now we need a Torx bit to remove the rotor. And the reason why I'm replacing these rotors and pads, it has a massive leak. When you replace rotors, you have to put new brake pads. Even though the pads are new, you have to put everything new. T30. Before I use my ratchet, I like to do this method so it gets loose. Yeah, that one is easy, it was no problem. Some of them, sometimes they get really stuck, but I'm glad we don't live in a place where they have a lot of salt on the roads. If you can see right there, massive lip that this Rotors has. Make sure that surface is clean. If it's really rusty, go ahead and clean everything up. In this case, we're good on this. You can see. Now, I'm gonna leave this pad in just because I wanted to push the piston with the pad in it. Now I just need to push the piston in with a clamp. Okay, that's done. Every rotor, they came with oil. They coat it so they avoid rust. We need to remove that oil or you're not gonna have brakes. Okay, let's put the rotor, replace the screw. That's holding the rotor in. It doesn't have to be super tight. Now we can put our bracket back on. These two bolts torque them down to 144 foot-pounds. Now they're torquing down. Gotta put the brake pad and the brake caliper. For the rear, the same one goes inside. And for the front one, the other one without the bracket. Now we can put the bracket back in. With this kit, we have new retainers. Now we have the brake pads in place. Bolts. In this bolt, we need to torque it down to 22 foot-pounds. Okay, so we have everything. Now I gotta torque it down these to 22 foot-pounds, and installation is done. It's the same process on the other side. The only thing on the other side, you have the cable for the wear out indicator, which is this one, and that's the only difference on the other side. Pretty much the same. You just have to disconnect this one on the other brake pad on the driver's side and connect the new one. Okay, that's done. And just to finish, torque it down to 76 foot-pounds. And like I said before, the other side is pretty much the same, just for the wear out indicator. I hope you like this little episode, guys. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and see you in the next one. Peace.